This is Athena Jezik, and we're going to work on the legs for relaxation or for possibly helping out your neighbors or friends or family. If they're running or bicycling or riding, it's not really designed, this work isn't designed as a sports massage, but any kind of relaxation and getting that lactic acid out of the muscle is helpful. And so to do this, I usually start down with the feet. And of course, if people are walking, then that's another. And just work into the feet a little bit, palpating it however feels comfortable. And good idea is with your fingers, follow the anatomy. You want to be aware of the bones and muscles and how they're positioned and how the joints move, and work with it in that range. And up the Achilles and into the calf, the gastrocnemius muscle. And here oftentimes is quite tight, so it's best not to go too deeply too quickly because sometimes it gives some pain. It's a little bruise right there, so we want to make sure that we work around it. You don't want to ever apply a lot of pressure over the knees right here. This is an area that you really don't want to palpate. There's a lot of structures that are very delicate that are close to the surface behind that knee. So if you do work it, just kind of very, very lightly brush to the side, and then the muscles attach into the side of it, so then you can start to be a little more assertive to the side of the knee. It's a good idea to just treat knees with a lot of respect. They're a hinge joint and they can come out of alignment pretty easily. And with all the vessels and lymph nodes behind there, you don't want to stress them any more than they need to be stressed. And this just goes across the fibers of the hamstring group. And then coming along this rather thick structure along the side, it's called the iliotibial tract. It's a structure that holds us, it's a support structure, legs and hips. It attaches along the whole outside. It's a little bit more tendinous than a muscle. And that can also be sometimes sort of painful if you go too deeply into it. So always, if you're going to not be sure of what the pressure should be, it's better to err on the side of lightness than it is to be heavy. And we'll apply the oil to this side. And again with the feet. And up the calves. After a while it gets to be quite mechanical to do, especially if you have yourself a routine that works and flows from one group to the other. You don't really want to speed through it like you're running a race. After your hands get a little more trained, you can move a little more quicker through it because you know exactly what you're feeling for, and you know exactly when you run into a problem. But taking time with it is a good idea. Going a little bit slower into it. And being careful with the backs of the knees. I actually do a little more lymph type work on the back of the knee, checking the lymph nodes there. And then here, very long legs into the gluteal muscles as well. Catch into the attachment of the hamstring and then continue into the glute. The cross fiber along there. And then some work along the iliotibial tract. I like to go cross fiber. Attaches right up in this area. Can come back if you like after a good relaxation. Bend the knee and give a little stretch to the quadriceps by just bending the knee, and be sure that the knee is bending straight, not at any kind of an angle because of the hinge joint of the knee. You can also pick it up here a little bit. Stretch that way. And then you can also pull the foot down and give a stretch to the gastrocnemius muscles. And stretch it that way, bring it up, stretch the ankle the other way, lifting the foot, and then giving a nice little stretch. And something similar on this side. In. And always when you're doing range of motion with joints, do pay close attention to where you're bending them, how far you're bending them, how flexible the person is. And again, as the hands get more trained to it, it's very easy to feel it. However, it does take some work on that. So again, err on the side of gentleness if you're not sure. People can get hurt in massage therapy if things are done too rough and you don't know what you're doing, so be mindful of that. And there we have. Again, this is Athena Jezik doing a leg workout massage.